good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. You are welcome to our presentation today. We are going to be handling cooperative governance 2. And we are going to discuss status and structures of cooperative societies. Last time we treated cooperative governance 1, and we tried to briefly introduce the issue of cooperative governance, where we tried to distinguish it between what is happening with some contribution and savings groups, and then how the real cooperative societies handle governance. So we were able to differentiate between that. So today we are going to go further to explain a bit what cooperative governance is anywhere. And simply put, it actually discusses the structure and processes involved in managing the activities and operations of cooperative societies. So what we must appreciate, about cooperative societies is that cooperative societies have, their status, or you can call it levels of their operations. And such status that they have, or their level of operation, determines who actually becomes their member and the nature of the business that they conduct. So the second thing we also must know when we are talking about the issue of cooperative governance is that cooperatives have structures, and these structures determine how they are governed, how they are administered. So primarily, I want us to take note that we have 3 major levels or status of cooperative societies anywhere. We have those that are the primary level, we have those that are the secondary level, and we have those that are called apexes. They are up there. So these are the main levels. And those that are at the primary levels are perhaps those ones you find in communities and wards. They actually represent the commonest cooperative society and where most people belong. They belong to primary societies. And then the next is the secondary societies that operate at the level of a local government. And their members are the primary societies. They don't actually have individual people as members. They have societies. Primary societies are their members. And then for the apexes, they operate at the state or national levels, and that is where they belong. So I am sure that we will find time to discuss particularly these apexes. It's a very important area that we will find time to discuss what actually are they and what role do they perform. So irrespective of their status, cooperatives have an order. They function systematically. And the operation is actually through their governance structure, which I said is what we're actually looking at. We've discussed the status of cooperative societies, and let us quickly look at what their structure looks like. The governance structure of cooperatives, we find at the apex of their governance structure, we find the general meeting. So the general meeting is, simply put, a body of members of a cooperative society. They are at the highest level, and they also represent the highest organ of any cooperative society. That is where the most important and crucial decisions of cooperatives are taken, at the general meeting level. We have different kinds of general meeting. We are not going into all that. Now, the next becomes the management committee, and that is just the body of officers running the cooperative society. And in any typical primary society, you have management committee after the general meeting. Incidentally, when we are looking at apexes and all that, many apexes have board of directors first before they have the management committee, and the board of directors oversees the operations of the management committee. In primary societies, it is not exactly so. But we have seen some primary societies that have tried to introduce board of directors. And for me, it is a very superfluous thing to do. You know, for a primary society, what do you need a board of director for? You know, it makes the activities very superfluous. And we don't recommend that most of the time. So after the management committee, you can have standing and special committees. And these are committees that are appointed by the management committee to perform specific functions, you know, for the management committees. And we have standing committees, and those standing committees stay throughout the period or tenure of the management committee, such as when you have audit and supervision committees. These are standing committees. They are regular, they are there on ground. You can also have special committees. Special committees means that they are ad hoc committees. They function for a while, and upon completing the assignment, they close down. So after having these special committees and standing committees, the next is the staff or workers of the cooperative society. So in a nutshell, this represents the governance structure of cooperative societies. The point we want to make today in conclusion is that cooperative governance is very important. And insofar as we want improvement in the performance of any cooperative society, where to start is to improve the governance structure of that cooperative society. The operations of every governance structure of a cooperative society needs to improve if the society's performance must improve. So we come to the end of our discussion today, and please remember to share and like and subscribe and make comments so that our viewership can continue to improve. Thank you and God bless.